Have you ever found yourself tangled in a web of text, trying to extract just the right part? It can be a real headache, especially when you're dealing with sentences that seem to go on forever. If that sounds like you, stick around because today we're diving into the world of regular expressions. I totally get it. You want to grab just the first part of a sentence, but Regex can sometimes feel like a puzzle with too many pieces. You're not alone in this struggle. Many people face the same challenge when trying to match specific text patterns. Here's the specific question we're tackling today. One user asked, "How can I get a lazy regex match of everything up until the first period of a sentence?" They provided an example where they wanted to extract Jack and Jill from the sentence, "Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail." Let's break this down together. So what's the issue here? The challenge lies in how regex patterns work. The pattern you mentioned, plus, matches everything up to the last period, while plus captures each instance. But what if you only want the first match? That's where we need to adjust our approach. And don't go anywhere. At the end of this video, I'll share a quick tip that will make working with regex even easier. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. To match everything up to the first period, the user can use a specific regular expression pattern. The first step is to create a regex that captures everything lazily until the first period. This pattern uses the caret symbol to indicate the start of the string. The question mark after the asterisk makes the match lazy, meaning it will stop at the first period it encounters. Next, the user should test this regex pattern with their example sentence. They can use a regex testing tool or implement it in their code to see the results. If the user is using a programming language, they can implement this regex in their code. For instance, in JavaScript, they would use the match method on the string. Finally, the user should remember that this regex will only capture the first instance up to the first period. If they need to capture more instances, they will need a different approach. Fun fact, regular expressions were first developed in the 1950s. It's amazing how something so old is still so relevant today. Just like a classic movie, regex never goes out of style. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution suggests using the match method instead of scan. This method returns only the first occurrence of the pattern. You can achieve this by applying the regex directly to the string. Let's take a look at an answer from another user. An alternative approach suggested by a user involves using string indexing instead of regex. They recommend finding the index of the first period in the string and then slicing the string up to that index. They also provide an example with a string that contains no period, showing that the result would be nil in that case. Here's that quick tip I promised. Always test your regex patterns in a safe environment before using them in your projects. This can save you a lot of time and headaches down the road. And there you have it. You now know how to match everything up to the first period using regex. Remember, practice makes perfect. If you found this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button for more tips, and don't forget to check out our other regex tutorials.